610 CKTB proudly supporting Help Kids Shine, a month-long campaign to raise awareness and funds for the Niagara Children's Center. And now, another story of how the Niagara Children's Center helps kids shine.
It's time to meet one of our ambassadors, but I should remind you first that Help Kids Shine is the month of May, and that is waning away. And at the end of the campaign, we have the live plasma car races. It's a big fundraiser as well, and I'm going to be live from that once again this year, coming up on Thursday. Details to come about that, but that is always a fun event. It's at theballhockey.com in St. Catharines on Melbourne Avenue. So we'll get to that, and I'll mention that throughout the week. But we're still here, still looking to raise awareness and funds for the wonderful Niagara Children's Center. And we feature on our website a lot of different ambassadors. EVERLY is one, and we'll get to find out about EVERLY through her mom, Sarah, who joins us now. Hello, Sarah.
Hi there. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this. Tell us a little bit about EVERLY. Still, what, 2 years old?
She's almost 3, actually.
Almost 3?
She'll be 3, yeah.
Terrific.
Yep. So EVERLY is probably one of the happiest little girls you'll ever meet.
Okay.
She's doing great, but she's had a challenging journey in the first 3 years of her life. She's developmentally delayed, both physically, her speech as well, and she remains undiagnosed, but we're on a journey there as well to determine a diagnosis. So,
well, that's interesting because so many parents who come on here talk specifically about what was found out. You're still on that journey. Wow.
We are. Yeah, she had the average entry into the world. Normal birth, nothing seemed alarming, and then around the 6-7 month mark, we started to notice she was missing some milestones, and that's what kind of led us to the Children's Center. So
now, every parent, at least maybe they have to read about it, but they know what the milestones are and about when they should happen. Now, you had, and Everly has, what, a sister is 2 years older?
She does, yeah. Olivia is going to be 5 at the end of June, so...
So
yeah,
you kind of
part of those two.
You kind of knew through Olivia that, hey, Everly should be doing this at this point, or more than likely should be here or there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Olivia was pretty much on the mark with most of her milestones. So when Everly started to get about 1 month and then 2 months past sitting unsupported, that's when we started to think, hey, something's not quite right here, and wanted to further investigate it.
So what was the journey that got you to the Niagara Children's Center? I guess first a call to a family doctor to begin, or how?
Exactly. A family doctor first. We were then referred to a pediatrician. Pediatrician was right on board with our concerns and agreed that something didn't seem quite right. And then we were referred to the Children's Center about 2 years ago now.
2 years. So, boy, that's why I'm just doing math. She's going to be 3. It was 2 years ago. So very early you went there. Yeah,
she wasn't quite a year when we first arrived there.
And what did they do first? I mean, you're still working on a diagnosis, but obviously there was things that needed to be done for Everly.
Absolutely, yeah. So very first we were set up with our physiotherapist. They did a full assessment on her and just kind of gave us a rundown of what their interpretations of where she was at were, and also gave us some great guidance on further medical advice to seek out in regards to what specialists we should be aligned with, where to get referrals to places like McMaster Children's Hospital, and just kind of gave us a roadmap of where we should turn to next.
Because the other thing is, your parents, you worry about everything about your kids in general, and especially if your child seems to be having some challenges, you're probably very worried at this point.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was a very tough time at the beginning when we were kind of in limbo, not knowing what was going on or what her diagnosis was and all that, and the Children's Center very much stepped in to kind of help us regain a bit of that control and come up with a game plan for what steps to take next and some direction to seek out medically.
So you're still doing that, but specifically, are you and Everly going to the center as well?
We are, yeah. We're at the center multiple times a week. So she does weekly physiotherapy, biweekly speech, and occupational therapy as well when needed. And then she's very much involved in some of the recreational programs they put on as well.
And how's Olivia doing with all this? Is the whole family often has to get involved?
Absolutely. Yeah, Olivia's a pretty incredible older sister. We really couldn't ask for better. She's somehow at just nearly 5 years old, developed this unbelievable empathetic nature for her sister, and it seems as though she understands her limitations, but still finds a way to include her in play and everyday activities. And she has such an innocent outlook on it to say, my sister will walk and talk someday, but she's just not there yet. It's just a very joyful outlook on it. You wish kind of everybody would have that perception, And
you mentioned Everly's a very happy individual.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So that must
Anyone
come
that
from...
knows her would say that.
I was going to say that must come a little bit from bigger sister and mom and everybody else.
I think so, yeah. We have a pretty incredible support system between our parents and our friends and family all around the area. They're all pretty close-knit.
Now, when Everly goes to the Niagara Children's Center, she knows she's going. Does she anticipate it? Does she like it there? Or sometimes, kids they're given tough challenges there, and sometimes it can be upsetting for them.
Right, yeah. I mean, there's some days that she comes out of there exhausted when our physiotherapist really works her, and but she's come to know everybody in the center. I mean, she walks in and she's greeted right from receptionist all the way through the halls down to whatever appointment we may be there for. And she waves and she's around everyone. I mean, they've got it so decorated for, appeal to the kids with Mickey Mouse and all other sorts of characters all over the walls. And she just lights up when she enters there.
Well, we're so happy to have Everly as an ambassador for this year's Help Kids Shine. Thank you for doing that. And, all the best to you, Everly, Olivia, everybody, all your family, and Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yes, and thank you very much for your support in this as well.
Sarah is mom to Everly, one of our ambassadors this year for Help Kids Shine, our annual event, fundraiser, and also awareness raiser for the Niagara Children's Center.
Help Kids Shine, raising awareness and funds for the Niagara Children's Center. To meet our ambassadors and make a donation, visit 610cktb.com.